So here's the base that I was on track attack here. I was just trying to get the gold. That was pretty much my goal here in attacking. So I started here on the corner. And you see the clan castles already coming out already, which makes it kind of difficult to kind of enter the base here. And as you can see, he has a couple of minions there, which I can easily take out with my level 6 archers here. And I sent in a couple wall breakers to kind of break in the corner there of the base. Send a couple barbarians as a meat shield, and they do pretty well of taking the attacks there from the wizard tower and the motar. So we took out the wizard tower, which is great, and then I took out the motar, the archers, and barbarian king. And then now this is where it starts to get pretty interesting. With a whole bunch of my archers right there, I just shoot over the wall. And I try to bring in my wall breaker to get in more into the middle of the center of the base so I can get some of his gold and elixir which are in there. And so I ended up taking out his wizard tower and his barbarian king. And I just make my way to the center, and that was pretty much it. You can see the goblins are taking quite a bit of hit from the wizard tower there, but it did what it needed to do, which is get the loot in the middle there. And that's pretty much it. I just pretty much went ahead and get 1 star with my archer queen taking out that building on the far right corner there, and that's pretty much it. So I did pretty well here. I ended the battle early. I got 154k on the gold, and that was pretty much it. The next couple of battles here, you're going to be seeing mix it up a little bit here with all my composition that I use to attack. So here's one of my old raids. It had a lot of loot in here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all of the loot here that was available. But, I mean, it was still a pretty good raid. As you can see, I didn't really need a much elixir. I was trying to go after the gold, which I needed the most to upgrade my defensive buildings here. So I started on the bottom here, deployed a couple of barbarians to soak up some of the hits there, and then I spammed a little bit my archers lined up there to take out the rest of the buildings there. And then I threw in my couple of wall breakers there to kind of open up the middle, and then I took out his barbarian king, which kind of slowed me down a little bit. Yeah, the barbarians are kind of grouped up there, which took a lot of the hits pretty quickly by the Motars. I probably should have just kind of sent them in there little by little. And then the next thing I spammed in here the rest of my archers, which get taken out by a whole bunch of those Motars. And you can see it took out most of the gold there, which was what I needed. And then I try to take out some of the Motars and the Wizard Tower here. Make it a little bit easier for my goblins to take out the loot. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way there. But I got what I needed there, and I pretty much ended the battle early. I tried to send in the rest of my clan castle troops in there to try to do some more damage, but yeah, I didn't get really much of the elixir there. And then once the rest of my troops got killed off here, I just ended the battle early. And I got my 1 star there with the 50%. And for the gold I got, which is 316k on gold and 98k on elixir. So I found a pretty good base here with a lot of loot. And I started out here by using my barbarians as a meat shield. And I used a wall breaker to break into the middle. Once I broke into the middle there, that was pretty much it. And it kind of worked out pretty well. As you can see, my barbarians are going up towards the right there. And then I spammed a couple of my archers to kind of make my way down into the middle there. And it took out the Motar, which was really good. And you can see the Wizard Tower and the Motar are trying to go after those barbarians, which is really good. Because those archers there just kind of make its way into the middle there, easily taking out the Town Hall and also the Elixir storage. And once it did that, it started went up there to take out the Wizard Tower and take out everything else. So there goes the Wizard Towers there. I'm going to spam a couple of my archers on the right side there to get out the gold mines. And the rest of it was pretty much easy from here. here on out, and I got all the loot that I needed really easily. Figure I tried to go for 3 stars here. It didn't work out so well. As you can see, the Motar did a lot of damage, and so the Wizard Tower and a couple of the cannons there to get the majority of my troops. Yeah, I should have just ended this battle earlier here, but I figured I'd try to go up the trophy count a little bit. And that was pretty much it. And didn't, and I saved my wall breakers. I only used 2 of them, so it make it a lot easier when I queue up my troops here. And I did pretty good here. I got 185k in gold and 204k in Elixir. And that was pretty much it for this raid here. So I found a base here with a pretty good loot here. I decided to, and it's kind of undeveloped town level 8. I decided to start out with some barriers and some meat shield, and I sort of worked from the left side there of his base. Took out whatever buildings and used a couple archers, so that I can try to focus everything into the middle. And you can see it's in the wall breakers there. Do break that side of the base, left side of his base, and then I spam some more archers to kind of take out his other storages and mines and his defensive buildings. And so I was trying to take out that Motar so I can start to work in the middle there. So I can spam the rest of my goblins up the middle. And you can see it's archers are doing pretty good work there, and you can see his Barbarian King. Take that out with the archers. And you can see some of the wall breakers are going down to the middle there, which is what I needed. And from there on out, to just spam the rest of the goblins and try to take the majority of his loot in the middle there. And you can see some of the goblins didn't want to go that direction, which kind of sucked. But as you can see, a whole bunch of stuff popped up and took out the majority of my troops there. And then I decided to spam the rest of my goblins on the outside there, trying to get some of that elixir. And I was trying to go for at least 1 star. I was trying to go up in my trophy count. And then I just started to use my archer queen to take out at least 2 more buildings at the bottom there. And that was pretty much it for this raid here. And I pretty much got what I needed to get, and I ended the battle early here. I got a pretty decent amount, 108k in gold, 101 and k in elixir. So I have a base here I was trying to check. It has pretty good loot that I could get here, and I figured I'd start on the left side here with a couple of barbarians as a meat shield. Use my normal attack here, and then I sent a few wall breakers here to kind of break open the walls to get the barbarians further in the middle here. Then I put my archers on line them on the outside there to kind of help out the barbarians, take out those defensive buildings. And I sent more barbarians and a couple more wall breakers to kind of break in deep into the middle there, where most of his elixir storage and gold storage is in there. And I had 1 more wall breaker there. I was lucky enough to get into that nice thick purple wall there, and I sent a couple archers there to kind of shoot it from the outside, which is very helpful. And then I just sent in the rest of my goblins into the middle here to kind of finish the rest of this. The rest of his stuff in the middle there. You can see he has some of his Telsas there in the middle, kind of trying to slow them down there, but not going to do much here with all my archers just attacking those there. Then he has his Motars, which is really nice that it's further on the outside so that it won't attack anything in the middle. And there he has his Wizard's Towers, which is doing a pretty good job of taking out the majority of my troops there. And that's pretty much it there. Went ahead and into the battle earlier. I got what I needed to get here in regards to the loot. So I did pretty good. I got 126k in gold, 128. And so I found a base here that I was going to attack. It's about a Town Hall 8. It's as you can see, it's very undeveloped here, and I was trying to pick a spot where I could attack and not get hit so much in the beginning, and kind of work my way in the middle where all the loot is. So I decided to start on the bottom here with a couple barbarians as a meat shield, and then I sent a couple wall breakers to break into the wall here. Then I sent my archers kind of on the bottom to take out the army camp so the barbarians wouldn't go that direction. And unfortunately, as you can see, the barbarians go to the left, which yeah, didn't work out so well. And then I sent in a couple more wall breakers to kind of make my way up to the middle here, which is very good. And I set a couple archers here to kind of speed things up here a little bit. Boy, with the group of those archers, they take out those buildings quickly here. What I should have probably did better is I waited until my army got further up the middle here before I deployed my goblins. As you can see, they're not very effective here. They get taken out by the defensive buildings, the mortars and the wizard towers. And then again, I sent down the rest of my troops here and the archer queen to kind of speed things up here to kind of get it going. And as you can see, I sent the deployed last bit of my goblins here to take out the rest of the loot. And that archer queen is very helpful. It's taking out a lot of the buildings here pretty quickly. And you can see the archer level 6 archers are putting in work here on the rest of the buildings. I wish they improved the AI on the archer queen. As you can see, it kind of went to the bottom there. I wish it went down the top to help out the other archers. And see, it's kind of losing a lot of its health here by that cannon. And now another thing, they're just trying to take out the wall. It'd be nice if they both went around here instead of taking out that wall. That would have saved some time. And as you can see, that level 5 archers is taking out that elixir storage all by itself, which is pretty nice on where it's located, so it won't get hit by that wizard tower. You can see the level 6 archer and the archer queen are slowly making its way up the side here, trying to finish the rest of it. The archer queen is something I definitely do work on here to build that up a couple levels so that it can withstand hits. And see, it's taking out the rest of this loot here. And there goes my last little mini archer there. As you can see, that archer tower is going to take out the archer queen there. And I say that's pretty good there. Got what I needed to get. I got 303k on the elixir and 209k on the gold. And a little bit extra dark elixir. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video.